Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, I'm Widya Sari. I'm from English Education Department, 5th semester, class A, State Islamic Institute of Metro. In this video, I want to summarize about the material in morphology subject. Okay, the first material is about basic concept of morphology. Okay, what is morphology? Should we know morph is form or shape and ology is study about something. Okay, the definition of morphology is the study about the structure of the word and how words formed from morphemes. Okay, the next is why study morphology? To create a new words and to modification of words. Okay, the next is the function of morphology. The function of morphology is to forming a word and to spell out appropriate forms of a word in a particular scientist content. And the goals of morphology. The goals of morphology, we know the goals of morphology. The first is to identification of morphemes, and the second is study meaning of morphemes, and the third is to assign meaning a part of words. There is the basic concept of morphology. This material is about words, and it is part kind of morphemes, free versus bound morphemes. Okay, the first discussion is what is the meaning of the morphemes? Actually, morphemes is the smallest unit in language that carries information and have a meaning. The next is the example of morphemes. If I say happy, there is one morphemes. If I say happiness, there is two morphemes. Not only 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, but many words that we can form it morphemes from morphemes. Okay, the next is the relationship between morphemes and words. Okay, there is closely related. It's the example unforgettable. In the sentence, I have experienced unforgettable. Okay, there is. Okay, the next is the kinds of morphemes. Any two kinds of morphemes based on the book by title is The Study of Language. It 4th edition. There said there is two kinds of morphemes. The first is free morphemes. The second is bound morphemes. What is the differences between free versus bounds? Okay, free have a complete meaning and bounds have a not complete meaning. And free can stand alone and bounds cannot stand alone. The example, free, everything in the dictionary. Everything in the dictionary like the noun, a verb, adverb, adjective. The example, play, tour, beauty, etc. Okay, the bound, the example of bound morphemes is re, an, nes, and etc. We can call bound morphemes, in other words, is affixes. Okay, the classification of the morphemes. We know that morphemes can be classified into two parts. There is free and bounds. Okay, free is, we know that everything in dictionary, noun, verb, adverb, adjective, determiner, pronoun, and the others. And bounds is everything except in dictionary. And Bounds can be classified again into two parts. There is prefix and suffix. We can learn the meaning of the prefix and suffix in the next material. Okay, the next material is about a word and its part, root, affix, and their shapes. Okay, the first discussion is about what is the meaning of the root. The definition of the root is the basic concept which can stand alone. We can look it in the dictionary like nouns, verb, adjective, and the example of the basic word like table, book, paper, and the others. Now, the second discussion is about affix. What is the definition of the affix? Affix is the added to the roots of a word to change its meaning. Okay, affix can be classified into two part. There is the first is prefix and the second is suffix. Prefix is can be used at the beginning of the words and the suffix can be used at the ending of the words. The example of the prefix is on this in the word is we can unbelievable, unacceptable, like this. And the example of the suffix is like age, hood, shin. The example of the word is like a brotherhood, like this. Okay, the third discussion is about stem. What is stem? Stem is concerned only when dealing with the inflectional morphology. And the fourth discussion is about base. What is base? Base, any form to which affix of any kind can be added. All roots are bases, but bases are called stem only in the context of inflectional morphology. Okay, this is the example of the word trees. I want to explain. There is a. The meaning of a is it means that adverb, and this is af. It means that affix, and a. This is a root, and this is af, and verb. This is a root and base, and this is a example. Affix, it means that on, and verb, the basic word roots is avoid and affixable. This is affix suffix. This is affix prefix. This is a word trace. Okay. The last material is about morphemes form. The first discussion is what is the meaning of the morphs. Morph is the phonetic realization of the morphemes. The example is bags. There consist two morph, bag and s. Okay, the morphs divide into two classes important. The first is lexical morph and the second is grammatical morphs. Lexical morph is the real word and the grammatical morph is the modifying lexical morph with the adding on, this, and the others. And the second discussion. The second discussion is what is the meaning of allomorph. Allomorph is the variant form of the morphemes about sounds and phonetic symbols. The example is price, maps, and the others. And the third discussion is the types of allomorphs. The types of allomorph divide into 4 parts. The first is the additive allomorph. The second is repletive allomorph. The third is suppletive allomorph. The last is the zero allomorph. Additive allomorph is the something is used added to the word. The example in the past tense, needed, arrived, and the others. And the second is the repletive allomorph. A sound is to replace another sound in a word. The example is child become children, like this. Okay. The third is the suppletive allomorph. Suppletive allomorph, there is complete change complete change in the shape of the word. The example like this: go become went. The change of the shape like this. Okay, the last is zero allomorph. Zero allomorph is there is no change, nothing change in the shape of word. Okay, the last discussion is about the differences between morphemes and allomorph. Okay, morph is the phonetic realization of the morphemes, and the morphemes is the smallest unit of the words that has the meaning, and the allomorph is the variant form of the morphemes about sounds and phonetic symbols. Okay, there is the all material in morphology subject. Thank you. This is my summarize. Thank you for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.